Not a place I want to go hiking anytime soon.
An immigration detention center opens in the middle of the Everglades.
Why would you want to come through Alligator Alcatraz if you can just go home on your own?
About 50 miles west of Miami, a remote airstrip deep in the Florida Everglades has been transformed into a temporary migrant detention center.
That is the entrance to the facility right there. Just on the other side of the highway, though, you can see the type of land that surrounds the airstrip. These are wetlands, possibly teeming with alligators and pythons, something the administration views as an added security feature.
We're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison, how to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this.
Yeah, I mean, there are reports of alligators getting up to 20 feet. More realistically, they get up to about 13 or 14 feet. They can weigh upwards of nearly 1,000 pounds, so they can be big, heavy predators. They have an incredible jaw pressure of around 2,000 psi. And when they bite, like most crocodilians, they latch down and they go into a death roll. And so if you're bitten by one, the way that they actually kill you is not with that size. It's not with that force or those incredible teeth. It's from that roll, which actually rips limb from body. And so it's a very brutal way to go. So if you ever are bitten by an alligator, make sure you roll with it, because that is the sort of finishing move that they have to take out any prey species, and that includes an unlucky human being.
The reason that Trump is glorying in this particular immigration facility is the idea that, oh, maybe we can teach them how to run away from alligators. Like, that is by its nature making light of a situation rather than reflecting its seriousness.
Is it really a situation that could even happen with some non-zero percentage that someone is going to escape from this facility and be running through the Everglades? Like, the concept is funny because it's so surreal, because it's not going to happen. This is a secure facility. And by the way, hugely efficient. They managed to put up 3,000 beds in 8 days. And not only that, but it also couples transportation for removals because of the fact that this was built next to an abandoned airstrip. So I think this is a marvel of quick American engineering, of the ability to consolidate both detentions and removals at one location on the eastern seaboard, and it's worth celebrating.
We're surrounded by miles of treacherous swampland, and the only way out is really deportation.
The 3,000-bed state facility will be the largest in the country, right next to an airstrip, with Florida National Guard members deputized as immigration judges.
They come here, say they already or been ordered to be deported. You drive them 2,000 feet to the runway, and then they're gone. It's a one-stop shop.
The detention center is in the Big Cypress National Preserve, home to alligators, water moccasins, and Burmese pythons. The president has suggested that local wildlife will discourage any escape.
It's not an area to be taken lightly. I mean, in addition to alligators, there are much scarier American crocodiles, the invasive Burmese pythons, there's diamondback rattlesnakes, cottonmouths, mountain lions, black bears, snapping turtles. Believe it or not, there's even bull sharks that will roam into the Everglades. So there is a plethora of wild predators that actually will sort of protect and insulate or keep people at least from escaping from this Alcatraz, and that's before you talk about the crazy heat and the inclement weather that Florida has. I mean, it really is a sort of an island over there.
We're seeing strong reactions to Florida's new migrant detention center in the Everglades, now known as Alligator Alcatraz. Protesters lined up just as President Trump arrived, but as you heard, it wasn't just people who were against the facility showing up. There was also a group of Trump supporters, including former Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio. He was pardoned by the president for his conviction related to the January 6th Capitol attack.
Talking about reptiles, let's move over to snakes, because we know talking about pythons and different venomous snakes on the ground. What types exist in the Everglades? How big can they get?
Yeah, I mean, there are the native species like your cottonmouth, your eastern diamondback rattlesnake, your pygmy rattlesnake, and then the one that everybody's talking about is the invasive Burmese python, which was brought in for the pet trade. A storm broke down, at least as the common belief, and released those animals. Now they've gone rampant in the Everglades. There's estimated to be somewhere upwards of 500,000, 300,000 or so Burmese pythons living in the Florida Everglades. Now, that's a nice one that you're seeing on screen there, but they can get to nearly 20 feet long and weigh hundreds of pounds. So, you know, they're a big snake, 250 pounds or so they can weigh up to. So they are a pretty deadly predator. And in certain parts of the world, like the Philippines, there actually have been documented killing and eating people. So they just add to this whole thing. And that's before we even talk about the mammals, right? Then we've got bears, we've got mountain lions, the weather, as we mentioned, bull sharks that have been moving in. There are just so many incredible creatures in the Everglades.
But just talk about the environment, the terrain, the swamp. How dangerous is just that?
Extremely. You know, first of all, getting lost is incredibly likely. You cannot drink that water, so dehydration in that hot Florida sun is a high risk. The weather is very unpredictable across the Everglades. That's what makes it a wetland, right? Thunderstorms, heat and humidity, potential hurricanes, lightning storms, flooding, there's fires. In addition to all of that, you have some of the worst insects on the planet, toxic stinging plants, biting mosquitoes, ants that are absolutely terrible. And so if you were to actually get out of Alcatraz, you're then standing in nipple-deep mud with water overhead, alligators around, all of these things that I just mentioned that can kill you from exposure, all these things that can kill you as predators. I mean, it really is a fantastic isolationist location, because getting out from there on foot for most people is practically impossible.
A Fox News poll released Monday finds that 67% of Americans are concerned about illegal immigration, but a separate Fox survey says 53% think the administration has gone too far in its enforcement.